Hello everyone, it's Zara back again with another chapter from the book Ask and It Is Given. And the chapter we are going to look at today, I believe, is process number 4. And Abraham calls it the virtual reality process. We generally call it visualization. So let's take a look at what Abraham has to say about visualization. I actually like the word virtual reality a lot better, don't you? Okay. When to use this process? Hang on one second. Just checking this here. All right. When you are feeling good and you want to practice a vibration of allowing. When you find yourself remembering a pleasant experience and you want to extend the feeling longer and even move it to a better feeling place. When you have extra time and you wish to spend it in a pleasant way. Current emotional set point range is anywhere from joy, right at the top, to boredom. And boredom, I might add, is above the worry line. When you're bored, you're not worrying, you're just not excited. Okay? So boredom is actually above the worry line. All right. Now, the main difference between the way Abraham is talking about what they're calling the virtual reality process and visualization, there's just one tiny little difference that makes all the difference in the world. And that tiny little difference is in the process that Abraham is talking about, you could be looking at the past or the future or the now. Because it is a process of imagination, it is not a process
or
of
the future or the now.
Oops. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so it's not where we create anything. And this is where people get visualization wrong. Visualization is not a process where you're actually creating the thing that you want, or you're preparing the manifestation of the thing that you want. Visualization is a process where you are enjoying whatever it is that you've created in your mind. You are enjoying it, and the feeling of enjoyment takes you up the emotional scale and brings you all kinds of other wonderful things. That's what differentiates the virtual reality process from visualization. So Abraham says, remember, you live in a vibrational universe and all things are managed by the law of attraction. And you get what you think about, whether you want it or not, because whenever you achieve vibrational harmony with something, because you're giving it your attention, the vibrational essence of it will in some way begin to show up in your life experience. And so I know that a lot of teachers who teach the process of visualization also teach us to feel it, to feel the colors, to feel the sounds, to actually recreate it with so much precision that we are actually living that moment in time. And they do that because they want us to generate the vibration so that the universe can start responding to it. But the thing is, they forget that visualization, when you become that specific with your visualization, you should not be doing it lower down on the emotional scale. If you are lower down on the emotional scale and you become specific, you actually attract the opposite of what you want. And that is so important to know, right? So, okay, so sorry about that. Well, actually, I'm not sorry about that, but I'll say I'm sorry about that. Stella, come here. I'm going to bring her inside so that she stops barking, okay? Give me a minute. Come in here. Come on. Get in here. All right. Here you go, baby. Here's your mat to sit on. Here you go. Here you go. Here's my baby. Sit. Sit. Good girl. All right. I'm back. Okay, so the virtual reality process is not one where you try to fix something or you try and manifest something. That's what Abraham is telling us here. It's not where you do any of your asking. This is not the time when you tell the universe what you want. Because the universe already knows what you want. You know why? Because the universe is listening to every thought that you think. None of your thoughts escape the universe. Because every thought that you think creates a vibration that reaches out and goes into the universe. And the universe starts responding to it. Law of attraction starts responding to every thought that you think. So the purpose of the virtual reality process or visualization is not to create anything. It is to get you into a place where you generate a vibration that opens the doors to all the things that are waiting to happen for you. If you get this one little thing right, that's it. You've got it and you don't need to listen to the rest of my presentation. Okay, so this virtual reality process is not one where you try and fix something that is broken. It is one where you deliberately activate a scene in your own mind that causes you to offer a vibration matching the scene you have activated. And as you practice visualizing pleasant scenes in your mind, these good feeling vibrations can then become your new set point. Your new set point, your new place on the emotional scale. So this virtual reality or visualization process is supposed to take us up the emotional scale so that we feel good, because when we open the field of all possibilities, so here's what's happening. You are here, you go up here, and you send a vibration out, and that vibration reaches into the field of all possibilities, which is over here, and pulls with it all the things that are waiting to happen over here. If you access the field of all possibilities from this high place on the emotional scale, you get things that make you happy. And if you access the field of all possibilities from a place of worry or anxiety or unhappiness, then you pull from the field of all possibilities those options that are a match to that vibration. So all we're trying to achieve in the visualization process is the right vibration. Because when you achieve the right vibration, all the subjects in your life start responding to this vibration. And that's the key. That's the key to starting to live a life that feels powerful, a life where everything is possible, a life where you know that you're going to be happy no matter what. And that, my friends, is true freedom. That is true joy. Okay, so then Abraham says, most are presenting the majority of their vibrational offering in response to things that are happening now. So you're responding, you're not creating. You're responding to things that are happening around you instead of being in control, right? This is because there is not much thought being offered that is much different from what has already been experienced. However, the game of virtual reality will change that, because an application of this process on any subject of your choice will cause your vibration to move far beyond where you are currently standing. And that's the only important thing. It is not about the thing you want to manifest. It is about the vibration that you need to generate in order to manifest everything, not just that one thing. This is where, when I'm coaching, I find myself trying to explain to people, and I want you to take away this one thing from our talk today, is that when you do a process, you say, okay, I'm going to do this visualization so that I can get this thing that I want. That is not the right way to do any of the processes in this book or any other book. And the reason is, every time you do a process in order to make something happen, you are focused on the absence of the thing that you want, because the only way that you're going to say, I don't have this, so I'll do it so that I can get that thing. No. That's not how it works. I'm going to do this process, I'm going to visualize so that I can be happy. And when I'm happy, I know all things that I want, all sorts of things that I want, even that cup of coffee that I want. Everything that I want is going to come to me. And that, my dear friends, is the secret. That's the true power. Oh, hang on. How did this happen? Here we go. I just noticed that I was off the air and I did not know why. Okay, it should be okay now. Because I sure as hell didn't do anything. Here we go. Okay, let's get back into it. The thing that we see that most commonly trips you up is that in the contrast, which is necessary. So contrast meaning things happen that you don't quite like, and as a result of those things happening, that's when you give birth to the desire. That's when the wish comes in. I wish this was different. I wish I could have this to eat. I wish this person would call me. All of those, Abraham calls those wishes rockets of desire. And when a rocket of desire happens, know that the universe has already got it. That's when you placed your order with the universe. So you don't need to keep asking again and again and again, because every time you ask, you're pointed in the opposite, towards the opposite direction of what you want. Usually, when you are less than well, that's when you ask for wellness. So let's read this, because I thought this was really impactful. Usually, in order for you to know that you want something, you have to pretty well have chewed on details or events that have helped you to know that you do what you do not want. In other words, when do you speak most clearly about wanting to be well? Usually when you are less than well, right? When does your strongest desire for more money really kick into high gear? Most likely when there is not enough money. When are you confused? That is when you want more clarity. When you are overwhelmed, isn't that when you want more serenity? And when you are bored, isn't that when you want more stimulation? Remember, the creative workshop process comprises 3 steps. Ask, the answering, which is not your work, and allowing. It is important that you realize that step 1 and 3 are different. And that's the key, folks. That's the key. Visualization is about step 3. It is not about step 1. When you are focused upon or praying for something you really want or need, you are not a vibrational match to the thing you want. Instead, you're a match to the absence of it. All right. When you are continuously asking, you cannot stop asking. Contrast is evoking the desire from you. Your real work is to find a way to be in the receiving mode. So how is the receiving mode different from the asking mode? Well, first of all, you stop asking. That's the first difference. In the receiving or allowing mode, you're not asking for the thing that you want. You're not saying, oh, I really wish I could have that, because you've already done your wishing before. This is a time for allowing. How does allowing take place? Allowing takes place when you say, I'm happy where I am. I like where I am. I'm totally okay where I am. I want more stuff. I haven't stopped wanting more stuff, but I'm okay where I am. I like myself. I like the world. I like manifesting. That's the key. Okay, so then Abraham says, if you can find something to focus upon, something that you can really appreciate, then the rampage of appreciation process would be an even better one, because you can do it under any and all conditions, no matter where you are. But this process of virtual reality will help you in two specific ways. You will become accustomed to the way non-resistance feels. So you will recognize when you have moved into resistant thought. See, that's the key. A lot of times people don't know the difference. A lot of times when I'm coaching people, I find that they don't know the difference between allowing and asking. They don't know the difference between a positive thought and a negative thought. Okay, moving along. Virtual reality is a process where you get to choose everything about this moment in time. And you see, the universe does not differentiate whether you are sending a vibration out in response to something that you've imagined, or if you're sending a vibration out in response to something that is actually before you. Most of us are sending our vibrations out based on what is before us. And that's not necessarily how you want to do it, unless you are living a life that you absolutely love and adore. If there are things that need improvement, it is a good thing to escape reality sometimes. Choose a location that feels really good to you. It could be a place that you may have visited, heard about, seen in a movie, or even imagined. Is it indoors or outdoors? What time of day is it? Is it morning, afternoon, or evening? Is the sun just coming up or going down? Is it broad daylight? What does the air feel like? What is the temperature? How are you dressed? Who is with you? All of these things are choices that you can make when you create your visualization. But remember, don't do visualization, and I say this again, note, do not do visualization from a place of being needy. If you need something to happen, visualization is absolutely not the right process for you. It does not matter, Abraham says, whether you are alone or with someone else, but it is important that if you choose to bring someone else into your virtual reality, that it feels good to have them there. And then Abraham says, what kind of mood are you in? Are you laughing? Are you sitting and quietly contemplating? What sort of mood are you in? The purpose of this virtual reality process is to cause you to activate vibrations within you that put you in a place of allowing your well-being. Nothing is more important than feeling good. And that, my dear friends, is the key to this process. The better you feel, the better it gets. Comment below. The better I feel, the better it gets. Comment below. The better I feel, the better it gets. Because really, that is how it works. All law of attraction work is about feeling better. Esther once practiced this game of virtual reality while she was driving the big bus she and Jerry travel in. She discovered that it worked best for her to get into the scene quickly, bring herself to a place of really feeling good, and then get out. Get out when you're still enjoying yourself. Don't try and make something happen in the virtual reality process. That's what Abraham is trying to tell us here. If she stayed too long, she would get too practical, you see, and try to reform people or fix things. But when she would just decide where the good feeling place was and going to be by picking something that made her heart sing, that was it. It's as simple as that. We would encourage you to play this game when you are driving, standing in a line, or lying in your bed. Don't close your eyes when you're driving. Or you could even just set some time aside to do it. As you create these scenarios that make you feel good, you activate a vibration that does feel good. And then the law of attraction matches that vibration. There's nothing more important than that you feel good. And there's nothing better than creating images that cause you to feel good. When Esther was driving, she would think about what the air felt like. Sometimes she would give it just a little humidity. Sometimes it would be dry. Whatever. It was just about enjoying herself, creating things. And that's what we have to do as well. Just have fun. So, and Abraham then says something really important, very simple to remember. Every thought that feels bad is bad. Remember this and comment it below. This is something I want you to remember and take away from here. Every thought that feels bad is bad. Comment below. Every thought that feels bad is bad. So don't just take it, do something about it. Every thought that you have chosen that is a vibrational match to disease feels bad when you think it. It feels like anger, frustration, resentment, blame, guilt, or fear. Those thoughts are not good for you. And you can tell that they are not good for you because they feel bad when you think them. In the same way that touching and feeling a hot stove hurts, feeling negative emotions hurts too. What do you do when you touch a hot stove? You take your hand away. And that's exactly what we have to do when our thoughts feel bad. We have to stop thinking them. We have to put our focus onto something else. Sometimes as you are interacting with others, you will hear, see, or smell something that triggers a vibration within you that does not feel very good as it is activated. And that is the time for you to say, oh, my guidance system is working. I can feel that there's something activated within me that's not serving me very well. So that is the time to choose a thought that feels better. Okay, so now Abraham has an example here of a virtual reality process. So they're actually describing the place. This is how you describe the place. A lovely white sandy beach. It's winter time, but the weather is delightful. It's 70 degrees with scattered clouds and the air feels wonderful on my skin. I have no shoes on. I'm so enjoying the feeling of the cool, clean sand under my feet. My clothes are loose fitting and very comfortable, and I feel very good in my body. And I am lazily walking down the beach, feeling strong, happy, and secure. My 5-year-old granddaughter is with me, and she is loving this glorious day as I am. She's glad to be with me, but she does not seem to need me to entertain her, and I'm enjoying watching her happy, self-empowered activity as she runs, digs in the sand, and enjoys this lovely beach. I'm very glad that we've come to this place. It was a very good choice. My granddaughter runs up to me holding a shell that she's discovered, and with a gleeful, sweet voice and bright, sparkling eyes, she says, "Grandma, I'm so happy we're here. Thank you for bringing us here." And I tell her, "You are most welcome, sweet girl. I love you being here with me." Now, that's a good time to stop. You don't want to go further than that. Make sense? Okay. So, Abraham then says, whether it's worrisome or thrilling, your visualizations are always matched by the universe. So they gave us a good example, and now they're going to give us a bad example. In Tuscan, a dear friend gave Esther a windshield repair kit. And Esther thought, I wonder how it works. She read the instructions and thought, this is a wonderful thing. Sorry. Need more. So I'll start again. In Tuscan, a dear friend gave Esther a windshield repair kit, and Esther thought, I wonder how it works. She read the instructions and thought, this is a wonderful thing. And every time she picked it up, she thought, what an ingenious thing this is. So she and Jerry were on the road, and in about 10 minutes, a truck swiftly passed them, causing a rock to ricochet off the windshield of their motor coach. Almost immediately, Esther got to experience the need for windshield repair that she had been visualizing. See, it's as simple as that. You visualize good things in the same way you visualize bad things. And when you're worrying about something, you're visualizing bad things. I say this to people all the time who worry about their kids. If you're worrying about your child, you're creating a negative visualization. And it's attracting things that match it to you. Do you want that? Do you really want to attract negative things to yourself or to your child? Of course, the answer is no. Absolutely not. So stop it. Stop it. Don't do it. Okay. And now, Abraham's ending words. Can you remember events that have happened? If you can remember, then you can do a virtual reality because none of that is right here, right now. And as you are remembering, yes, you got it. As you're remembering, you are recreating it. And that's it. So you can do the visualization about something that's happened in the past that makes you happy. I call that a thought anchor. Having a thought anchor to go back to again and again, especially when you're feeling a panic attack. It's such a good thing because it's like a fire drill. I call it the fire drill for our minds. And if you're interested, I'll post the link to my article on that subject and you can go and look at that. So visualizing or virtual reality is no different. It is conjuring, but with the singular intention of pleasing yourself as you do so. That's it. You're not conjuring in order to make something happen. You're conjuring in your imagination events, whether real in the past, in the future, or unreal. Maybe you're imagining going to another planet and meeting extraterrestrials. As long as you feel good, that's it. You're doing it right. As you practice this process and stimulate your imagination more, you will not only find the process to be delightful, good-feeling way to spend some time, you will discover that your dominant vibration on a myriad of subjects is changing and your life experience will now begin to reflect these wonderful improvements. All right, folks, that's it for today. Process number 4, the virtual reality process. And I think it's a fun thing to do. And just remember, if you're going to do this, do a gut check and ask yourself where you are. Because if you're needy, if you're in a place of neediness, when you're needy, you're always lower down on the emotional scale. And if you're lower down on the emotional scale, you should not be doing this process. Okay? So don't visualize when you're low on the emotional scale, when you want to make something happen. That's not the time to do this process. That is the time to use self-talk in order to go up the emotional scale. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me today. Love you all so much and look forward to seeing you tomorrow.